So this is a video just going over some of my process for doing these little spaceships and specifically the detailing part. So this one is sort of far along already, so next time I'll try to do one that's earlier in the process, but at this point what I'm thinking about is doing all the little subtle surface details that don't really affect the shapes at all, sort of texturing and just making little embossed type of details. And a really great way to get inspiration for this stuff is to just look at books and pictures of aircraft and vehicles and see how they break up these surfaces. So I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there's little tiny hatches and panels everywhere on these airplanes, and there's a huge variety of shapes too inside them. So when you open up these panels, there'll be maybe there's a gun or a fuel pump or bombs or something, plumbing and pipes and things. And I think it kind of reminds me of guts, like it's very organic inside the airplane. And the outside is very much like fins and aerodynamic stuff and feathers, and it's kind of cool how detailed these are aside from the overall shape. So yeah, the skin of the plane is kind of relatively simple shapes, but there's just so many tiny little access panels in here and details like this and this, these pins and NACA ducts. So yeah, this is great inspiration for making panels. Like, what does the inside of a panel look like? What do the hinges look like? Yeah, so anyway, this is F-14 Tomcat Walk Around. This is one of my favorite picture books for reference. And also, I look at those incredible cross-sections books a lot for inspiration on what to put inside vehicles. But anyway, back to this. I just look at these pictures and look for little shapes and details that I want to incorporate now that I have my shape. And a lot of times I'll have some part of this ship exposed, like maybe there was a panel that goes over this whole thing, but it's been removed, so maybe there's like little hooks or latches where these panels would have been. So maybe I'll try to work on that. And then inside here, underneath the skin, there's probably a lot of ribbing and structural detail, kind of like the inside of those panels that we saw. So that's just an easy way to differentiate from the inside and the outside skin. Maybe the same thing up here. And the cool thing about this is that since we limit this specific detail of the ribbing only to this area where we imagine would be the inside of this panel, it's not just a superfluous detail. It's actually telling, it's informing us what's going on with this design, and that there would be some skin covering over this part here. But, you know, so if I start adding this detail all the way out here, all over the place, it kind of loses its importance. And now I'm kind of like regretting this here, maybe it's gonna go lower. And then also maybe like numbers or logos or something. I like logos that go off of the shape a little bit. Then also, I would try to reinforce the shapes that I already have by adding in these cross-section lines. So if this is it's a little part that flares out, I'll just put a section line there, and then we can say that it has latches or something to come off. And sometimes there's panels within panels, so you can put another panel here. I'm also trying to offset things when I can, so instead of placing the panel right in the center of the piece, I'll try to put it to the side, or maybe like up in the corner somewhere. Sometimes that looks a little bit more organic. And then I repeat that process inside this smaller section. Instead of making a part line right in the middle of it, I'll offset it to the side and make it so there's like and then you can go inside that piece and make another offset. So you can sort of drill down using that same idea, and sometimes that's cool to so it's not like everything is right in the middle all the time. This thing right here, I think, is some sort of a spark plug igniter, or I don't know. Alright, so this video might get a little boring if I keep talking, so
I can't wait till I get you on the floor, good looking. Going out so hot, just like an oven. And I'll burn myself, I just had to touch it. But it's so fire, and it's so mine. Hey baby, we don't mind all the watching. Cause if they study close, real close, they might learn something. And he ain't nothing but a little doozy when he does it. And you're so fine tonight. And as long as you got your suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. And you got fixed up to the nines. Let me show you a few things. All pressed up in black and white, and I'm dressed in that dress you like. Love is swinging in the air tonight. Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things. Show you a few things about love. While we're in the swing of love, let me show you a few things. Oh, show you a few things about love. Stop and let me get a good look at you. Ooh, so fly, now I know why. Oh, you fancy. And oh, it's so sick how you get me hooked like a habit. But it's alright, cause you're all mine. And I'll go on and show 'em who I call daddy. I guess they just met cause they just wish they had it. you're a classic, and you're all mine tonight. And as long as you got your suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. And you got fixed up to the nines. Let me show you a few things. All pressed up in black and white, and I'm dressed in that dress you like. Love is swinging in the air tonight. Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things. Show you a few things about love. While we're in the swing of love, let me show you a few things. Oh, show you a few things about love, 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 love. Hey, yeah. Ain't nobody love you like I love ya. You're a good guy, and that's what makes me trust you.